Okay, we are live with more Splatoon 3 story mode. We're back here at the camp, which they have stuff, and we're going to play more. And today I have milk. I'm drinking milk. I don't have any Pop-Tarts today, unfortunately. Because I ate all of them, so, you know, that'll get rid of them. Give me the chat. Give it to me. My own stream appears to be not loading for me. Anyway, we're still on section, the first island, because there's like 9 or 10 here, and we've only gotten half of them. At least half. We've only done at least half. So, today, we will do more of them. And I want to... Well, I want to get rid of all of these, but... I want to discuss more about this one versus Octo Expansion, because... Ooh, I can get rid of that. Why is my own stream not loading for me? I know it's happening because... See, there we go. I don't know why it didn't... Oh, he found something over here. It was just some... Okay. We've got to use the tri-stringer for this one, so we will see. We have to use the tri-stringer. So this is kind of, so the tri-stringer is a new class of weapon that they added. It, well, so this is the base one. So like it's pretty interesting. It's obviously, it's a bow. And it's kind of a composite bow, I guess. The main thing is that it shoots out 3. And it's got a charge up. It's not a stored charge up. And when it shoots out, if you get it to the second ring, it shoots out these little bombs. And obviously, so it's got a pretty far range. And the more you can see the little reticle there, the more you charge it up, the tighter it becomes. So like if you only want to hit one thing, then you tighten it all the way. And it also goes the farthest, obviously. And if you jump, you can shoot vertically. And it goes up. So that part's pretty helpful for, like, going up things. It's kind of like a pseudo sniper, but it has a higher DPS. And, like, if you're tap firing it, then it's got a wider range. So, like, some snipers kind of get screwed over when, well, I mean, they're supposed to. Most of the chargers are supposed to get screwed over whenever you get close to them because you shoot them and they have a low rated DPS. But this one, it's kind of still possible, easy. It's not too difficult to shoot, shoot a bunch really quickly. Like here, I'll show you. Like, and it's hard to miss at close range. It's harder to miss than with any sort of single shot thing. Obviously, some of the shooter weapons are way more difficult to miss than this one, but it's kind of got the explosion aesthetic. Well, aesthetic's probably the wrong word, but it's got like, it shoots little bombs. And the weapon itself looks kind of... It's pretty much a composite bow, but it's got this weird, like, fishing line attached to it. It's kind of weird. It's a cool looking weapon. They have only 2 different versions of it. They only have 2 tri-stringer weapon classes out right now. And the other one is pretty much worse. It doesn't do the bomb. It shoots faster. And I think it does more damage, I want to say, but it doesn't do the bomb thing. So it's kind of... I wouldn't say worse, but like... You can't do that. And it shoots closer. It's honestly not very good. The reflex kind of is bad. I don't really see the advantage between the reflex and the normal tri-stringer. People are just I guess it paints better. But the yeah, the tri-stringer is one of 2 new weapons. I don't know if we've seen the other new weapon they introduced yet. But that was basically just the tutorial level for that weapon, because it's new. Okay, we were on this. So basically, they're just saying that the apocalypse had happened, which was already known in Splatoon. This was already a known thing, that the apocalypse happened and the humans existed, but all died. But this one, okay, we'll just go with hero gear. This story mode, it's a primary feature of the game, basically, as opposed to the previous story modes, which, oh yeah, and I want to talk about Octo Expansion in regards to this. But the main thing is that in the previous Splatoon 1 and 2 story modes, that's kind of just an extra thing. Like, it's not like... It's not like that important, right? That humans existed. It's just a thing that's in the Sunken Scrolls. I don't know why they gave me a... Oh, well, there's more guys here. Ooh! There's a lot of guys here, and they're all shooting their little things everywhere. Okay. In Splatoon 1 and 2 story mode, right, there's no... like, the plot of the story mode is that you're fighting, like, you're, The story modes are based around... Ooh, all the boxes went flying. The sort of, like, conflict between... Ooh, it's really easy to get hit by those things. The whole story mode is based off of the, like, Inklings versus Octarians as the thing. It's also not very in-depth, but that's a different problem. Octo Expansion is weird, because Octo Expansion, the whole thing is like, the story and, like, lore you get in the game is mostly about the Octarians and Octolings, right? That's the whole... That's the story of the game. That's why, like, you first do... Like, all the mem cakes tell you stuff about your player character. I got a decoration. And then the chat logs tell you... I mean, they tell you specifically about Marina and Pearl, but in general, they tell you about, like Octolings integrating into Inkling Society or whatever. That's kind of the behind the scenes thing. Yes. So, I was really glad when I first saw this, because for 1, 2, and Octo Expansion, the actual apocalypse isn't really covered. It's just like everybody died. They don't talk about it. They just say. So this whole paragraph basically is exactly what all of the other story modes told us. Natural disasters intensified, the sea rose and began to consume the planet, everybody died. But the only hint I think that we have is that I think in a comic book somewhere it says that somebody nuked the Antarctic. I think that's in the Splatoon manga or something, but no, it's not the Splatoon manga. I think it's an art book. I think in the Splatoon 1 art book, there's a little comic at the end, but I don't have that art book, so I don't know for sure. Anyway, this next sentence is the one that I've been greatly waiting for, because although this is not the way I would have presented it. You know, some humans survived, blah, blah, blah. The planet was only nearly completely inhospitable to life. Now, we're going to learn more about that as we go through this game, because, hint, that's basically the story of this game. This story mode is about all the humans dying, kind of. It's also still, like, modern in the context of their world. It's not all about the ancient humans or whatever, but it is, like, that is kind of the point. That is the background lore, that's the primary lore stuff. So, I don't, like, it's one of those things where I don't think it's impossible for, you know, mass extinction events to happen, but they're really avoidant of telling you exactly how they happened, probably because I don't think there's as many ways. Where is it? Oh, I hit it. There we go. You know, people tend to be grim and say that there's a lot of, like, oh, we could kill ourselves with biological weapons, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, the big one right now is climate change. That climate change is going to kill everyone. Oh, small fry found something. It's up there. Can I even get up there? I think we did this last time. So, like, in Splatoon 1 and 2, it's kind of, like, indicated that the humanity died due to some sort of climate-related disaster, right? That somebody messed something up and then the sea levels rose and they all died. But that's kind of unfeasible, at least, in my opinion. Ooh, yay, golden record. We now have more music. Because, like, I mean, obviously, global warming is not good, right? Sea level rising is not good, because then people get flooded, and, you know, it's not a good thing. But, I don't think it's going to kill everyone, because the sea level is rising. Best case scenario happens, or, well, worst case scenario, I guess, happens quickly, but, like, not so quick that people die due to flooding. They just have to leave their homes and find new places to live, and generally life sucks for them. Okay, this is just a small fry throwing level, which is pretty fun. These are are pretty good, actually. Ooh. Anyway, my point here is that, like, the game doesn't present the exact details of the apocalypse, but it just kind of states that it happened. But one of the things I've always been kind of annoyed about is, like, if you say some people survived the apocalypse, then you kind of have to say they're kind of having their cake and eating it too by saying, oh, some people survived, but most people didn't. But the whole, like, some people survived, like, so the game really wants you to believe, the thing, at the end of this game, the strongest reason, theory, explanation, I guess, statement. Like, the statement that humans are no longer around only becomes accurate because we haven't seen any, not because of an actual sort of evidence. Oh, wait, how do I get up there? Oh, they just fall down. I forgot. Same deal, kind of. No, this one's weird. Okay. We have to climb up it this time. Why? Okay, there we go. This is where we're supposed to go, right? Woo! Ooh, I got it. Easy. That level's fun. All of the whatchamacallit, little buddy ones are pretty fun. Anyway, it is greatly appreciated that they did, like, with this level, did sort of just come out and be like, yep, some humans survived, not everyone died the initial apocalypse, which they still don't explain what it was. These survivors found shelter in a vast cavern created by a cataclysmic volcanic eruption. Now, we haven't done... Have we gotten the... we haven't gotten the first sunken scroll yet. When we get that, which might be soon... might be soon. I don't remember where it is. Another golden record. Okay. 900. 900. They're all 900. Oh, we can get up here though. More eggs. 800. We actually have 900 now. Oh, that's funny. More eggs. We can get rid of this guy's hair if we want, which I don't know about. His hair's pretty cool. 1400. Okay, so we can see that, like, there's a couple of patches left. We'll go... We have 300 left. Maybe we can get rid of some small one. These are 900. I don't remember how many are in this first world. The thing I really like about this story mode is that it encourages you to play all the levels. So it doesn't do the Octo Expansion thing where, like, you can play... You can basically sort of go around it instead of playing... You don't have to play all the levels. Doors, 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 and more doors. Great. It encourages you to play all the levels, but you don't have to. Octo Expansion kind of didn't encourage you to play all the levels. It was kind of a slog to play all of them. Ooh, there's a guy here. You were encouraged to play more of the levels than you... Oh, right, this one's weird. I don't remember what the deal is with this one. Maybe it's up here. There's the key. In Octo Expansion, you were kind of encouraged to just explore around and then go for, like, find out where all of the stuff was. But it's not... Oh, this one's complicated. This one, there's like a speedrun for this one that's kind of crazy, actually. You can get over to the, like... Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Now, I think this is a different one. Ooh, reef slider. Nice. No key. I don't remember. This one's a really, like, kind of complicated one. You get into a lot of situations where you're like, where am I supposed to go? And then you look around and you find out pretty quickly. But it's kind of a cool... It's a good level design, honestly. Because it's one thing to sort of be like, ah, yes, this is the level, this is where you go. It's another thing to be like, we're going to make sure that the player hits a dead end and then turns around and finds out where to go. So they don't stop knowing where to go, but they also... Ooh. But they also never... They also don't just go. Right? Oh, right. We have to... I don't remember what the deal is with this one. You have to find all of the little, like, panels, basically, and shoot them. Which can be difficult. There's one over there. It's not back this way. Did I go the wrong way? No. I didn't go the wrong way. I know where I'm going. We're going over here. And we're going up here, and I think it is across the way, basically. I think what we're supposed to do... Oh, we can't get down there. Interesting. I don't think you can soft lock this one, but I might have. Because you're supposed to hit that area, but there's no other boxes to get. Ah! Yes, okay. Now I remember. Yes, inconvenient is definitely what I would use to describe this for. Okay, there we go. And now we can climb over to here, and we can get both of those. Got the last key. This is the last one, I believe. Pretty sure. Because now we can go, yep, this way. And we can go over here, and we can shoot that. Now we have to go all the way back. Maybe? I don't know how far back we have to go. No, we're good. We don't have to go all the way back. Oh, anyway, what I was gonna say, Octo Expansion is kind of weird. So, like, Octo Expansion, the whole point, most of the story and lore, like, when you're playing, is about, like, the Octolings. And kind of their society and whatever. But that's the, like, goal, right? You think about, the first two are about kind of Inklings, and then they're kind of about the fight with Octarians. But it's really just about Inklings. And then Octo Expansion is, in contrast, pretty much about the Octarians. Except for the ending. Except for what happens at the end. Yeah, so anyway, these people found shelter in a cave underneath a big mountain. Well, an exploded volcano. Time to go up here. And Small Fry found something. Yes, very obvious. We'll eat that little bit. and get a ticket, food ticket. That's 600. I think we unlocked all of the levels, I want to say. I'm going to try to pop this balloon, the balloon that flies around. Oops. No. Okay, got it. Oof. The balloon kind of, okay, so Sunken Scroll, is this number 1? This is number 1. Okay. Greater Inkopolis and the Splatlands serving Clan Moki. This one doesn't really matter, actually. Clam to Fame. Cool. So this is just, most of these are just about Splatsville. But this kind of talks about the, what's the word? Like the, ooh. The Splatfest, kind of. I mean, it's not really about the Splatfest because the Splatfest has specifically different lore, but the floats that they use in the Splatfest, portable shrines, aka floats, in the Splatland Splatfest are kind of about that. Also, the whole 3 lights appeared and united to consume the disaster is very weird. Anyway, this map is very interesting because it shows multiple different provinces for some reason. There's an alternate map that's more detailed that kind of shows this place but in a more obvious manner. It tells you more stuff. It's from a dev interview. Basically, it appears that there's 2 different nations here, maybe. The blue and the red represent, I think, different ways of serving the little food, the clam moki. The little other areas, so for example, that little blob, it's in the middle of all the red, is supposed to be the Octo Valley and Octo Canyon area. So like that's the Arcturian area. The Splatlands is on the left. The Inkopolis is like the big sort of, I mean, it's all the red area, but honestly, I would just look up that map. The more important part is that this is actually pretty much a faithful recreation of the greater Tokyo metro area. So the vast cavern created by a cataclysmic volcanic eruption is because Mount Kilimanjaro. No, that's the wrong name. So some mountain in Japan that's near Tokyo exploded because it's a volcano, and yeah, that's not right. The volcano exploded, and that's where all of the people went who live here in Alterna, or lived. But yeah, so that's kind of interesting. It's the first time they've been sort of ooh, this is a Zipcaster logo. They've kind of been open about the whole, like, yes, this is still Earth. Heavily. Definitely still Earth. And it also means that, by the way, the whole area around is very near. Anyway, this is a new type of level because it's for the new special. This is Zipcaster. It's very cool as a single player tool, actually, and a level design mechanic. In actual gameplay, it kind of sucks because it just gives you greater mobility when compared to a different special, such as, say, Crab Tank, where you just kill them and you can't get killed. Oh yes, and they're also giving puns in the background as you swing around. But I really like these levels because they're just fun. You just go. Right? Like, if you want, you can specifically sort of like aim it and be careful about it. But, you know, that's not very fun. Anyway. Hang out. The good thing about Ink Strike, though, is that you can still use your gun while you use it. Darn. Oh, oh. That's not supposed to happen. There's a really fun section at the end of the game using this. The end of Octo Expansion, if you watched, has a couple of ink jet levels that are sort of similar to this, but this is greatly this is a lot better to put it bluntly, because anyway, if you hit something on the bottom, you just fall down. Need to hit the bottom of this. There we go. And you can climb up, of course, by simply jumping. This special is very cool, but also not good in competitive. Well, not even competitive. In the base game, in multiplayer, this special, you can use it. It's a very skill-based special, right? You need to know how to use it, and also you need to use it well, basically. Because if you can't really use this one, it's not gonna help you in any way, really. Anyway, that's what you're supposed to do in multiplayer. You're supposed to basically jump behind people and then immediately kill them. In actuality, you can still die while doing that, so... But that is nice. the end just zip cast right into the goal. Very, very nice, very nice. But you're supposed to go behind them and, like, flank them and then shoot them. In actuality, you're pretty obvious. You can't really sneak around, so... I mean, you can get behind them because it doesn't take that long, but you also die as soon as you get behind them and they shoot you. Yeah, so part of the lore is that while humanity died, marine life did very well, which is really funny, actually, because that means the ecological disaster can't be bad enough to kill all marine life, which is kind of an interesting idea, because that kind of implies that, like, there wasn't some big, like, oh, come on, I'm pretty good, doing pretty good, but it implies that there, like, it's not a nuclear disaster or something that kills everything, or like or that kills most things. Even it just kills all the humans, at least, and presumably all other land creatures. They don't really say that or not, because of course. Anyway, there's a thing here. Oop. Go into the water. Small fry can go into the water. He's a salmon. They're fine with that. And I got a sardinium, but only one, so we can't unlock anything. Ooh, sunken scroll. Okay. I don't know what this is actually referencing. These are just kind of outfits. The developers of the game did some interesting interviews where they kind of talked about how the aesthetic of the other games was more like cool, like modern. Oh yeah, we're gonna be cool guys wearing cool outfits and stuff. And that this one wanted to be more like punk-esque, which I think they did pretty well. So there wasn't really anything missing here. Diddly dance hall jump. We've almost finished all the levels in level 1, I think. World 1. Survive for 1 minute. Ah, this is one of these ones. And by one of these ones, if you'll remember from Octo Expansion, there's that one area where, oh yeah, and then Orga said this will test your stress management skills. So we'll look at this, but the this was some key like trailer art and stuff. Anyway, so these are these guys. I don't know if we've seen them in an actual level yet, but they're the Octo stamps, but they're amped, and they throw out a little wave. This level is actually really hard. It's not, you know, impossible, but it did actually take me a while. This is one of the first levels where I was like, okay, this game is not easy. At 30 seconds, one of these spawns. Oop. And more spawn over this way. Ooh. Woo. Okay, we got 10 seconds left. Let's see if we can get all of them. I'm gonna say no. Ooh, we got all of them. 2, 1. Okay. Whew. That level is actually way harder than I made it seem, but that was because I beat it already once. And once you kind of have that skill of jumping over the things and you know what to do, it's gonna be pretty difficult. Well, it's not easy, but like, if you're trying, you're probably not gonna lose again. I think that was the first level where I was like, okay, so this game does have some stuff that is as hard as the stuff in Octo Expansion. Ah, okay. The surviving humans have found a source of sustenance. Basically, the humans ate all of the fish that were surviving, which makes perfect sense, right? Like, yeah, of course. Anyway, we can see that the log is completed now, and Alice is complete. So we've finished every level in Site 1. So now the only thing left to do is to get rid of some of this goo and go to Site 2. Okay, there's the guy with the hair, there's this one. I think I got most of this stuff here, but we will sort of clean it out, so to speak, by checking the map and doing some of that stuff. We will not continue on until we have completed. Poor guy, I'm taking away his hair. Now he's just a normal statue. And I got the Moai decoration. At the beginning, when the game came out, everyone, like, obviously everyone went to the single player mode to play, in addition to obviously playing the normal game. And then what ended up happening is everyone had... Oh, I need 600. Okay, so I don't actually have enough to get all of the stuff here. Some stuff. So all of these black spots, you can sort of get rid of them, and then when you do, you get a reward for doing that. Second thing is that the green spots are where items are hiding somewhere in the area. You can obviously throw small fry to find out, but... Yep. But he won't necessarily automatically track onto it unless you've gotten it down. But after a while he might. Oh, here we go. It's gotta be up here, yep. There we go. And you can see the green is now gone, because obviously we've done it. We've gotten the thing. Apparently there's something over here. Something over here. That's probably at the end here. Yep, there we go. It's a table dirt card pack, which we will open later, if ever. I don't know if I'll ever open it, actually, because they're only used in... Yeah. I'm not going to be playing multiplayer with this account. If I want to play multiplayer, I'll just play with my normal account. Anyway, on to Site 2. We're going to do like one level in Site 2, and then come back here and get the last of that goo. Woo! What do they even do with these pipes? I don't know. Transport water or something? Cozy and safe factory. So we'll do the first level. Because why not? Swirling, swirling, whirling. Great. Great name. Not hard to say at all. We will do mini Splatoon. I like the mini Splatoon. Anyway, this is kind of like a going around level, I guess. Like, you can also just shoot the shield until it's dead, and then you're good. Kind of. Oh, could we have gone up that platform in the beginning? I don't know. Ooh. Got it. Oh, we couldn't have actually. Yeah, Trizuka is an interesting special. It's pretty good. The only problem is it's got a high skill gap. Like, really high skill gap, really. It's difficult to use and to figure out how to use because of how hard it is to tell that, like, I managed to get him there, but... Now, it does have a pretty high range, and it's pretty useful. Like, you can basically do anything with it. The only problem is that it's hard to tell what you're, like, it's hard to aim with. It's, like, really hard to hit people with. And, like, if your opponent kind of knows what they're doing, they can also... It's really easy to counter. It's not like... It's not like Crab Tank, where, like, they can't really do much about it if you use a Crab Tank. They can just throw bombs at you and run away. And you're probably going to kill them. The Trizuka is much more like... You're going to be shooting it at someone who can probably counter you pretty easily. Anyway, we got our first Alternalog from Section 2. The Rise of Civilization, again, that's what it's called. And we don't have any more information, because... And Callie, every once in a while, will give you power eggs for free. She's just like, I found some. Here you go. Anyway, time to head back to the first area so I can finish cleaning it up, doing all of the stuff. So we only have that one little bit in the back to do. And then I'll go around getting rid of all of the little extra stuff so I can show you all the rewards basically. Yep. Decoration. Ooh. Map. Okay, so I've gotten rid of all the green squares, so now I just need to get rid of these sort of black squares. Okay. And you actually do kind of have to like go right towards all of them, which is a bit tedious. It's kind of silly, I will not lie, because they kind of make you go around and just make sure you've stepped in every square in the map to just complete the stupid little extra thing. But the rewards you get are like, I mean, they're all cosmetic, but they're pretty interesting though. They're definitely, like, it's kind of like, oh, well, yeah, I guess it's worth it. Oh, and then the Alternan script is, like, Latinized, kind of. It's kind of got a Latinized alphabet. The biggest example is all of the numbers are clearly just English numbers, where in Splatoon kind of doesn't. All the other Splatoon languages don't have exactly a number system. The Splatoon languages are complicated. Like the writing languages. Basically, there's a bunch of different ones. There's a bunch of different scripts and stuff that the game uses for different types of writing. Okay. So, like, a lot of the, like, black squares will end up in areas where it's like, why would you ever just walk here, right? Like, why would I ever be walking over here, right? I'm just gonna go straight to the levels. And the same thing kind of over here, like, once you've awoken, why would you ever go onto this little platform? Like, what's the point of that? And, like, same thing, why would you ever kind of go behind you after you start the game? And like over here, why would you even go over here? Now, I mean, obviously you can get back to surface here, but this whole area, why would you ever land on this sort of helipad, which is very weird, by the way. It's almost big, but I don't know why. There's a lot of things that the game doesn't explain about Alterna, which I would have appreciated if they did, but also they didn't really need to for the story, so I can't really blame them for wanting to keep things up to players' imaginations. Did I get this square? Yeah, I did. Okay. 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 Yep. Also, the sort of topographical sort of like levels are very cool. It makes the maps seem more like scientific, even though they're not really super scientific, right? They don't have a lot of. They're not like, oh yeah, this is everything map. But they do have a sort of aesthetic that's like, well, they're in black and white, but they're also kind of like, you know, detailed and have got, you can clearly see where stuff is. They're pretty good maps. That is one of the things I think they've improved on, and I'm glad they brought back a sort of map from Splatoon 1. Because Splatoon 2... No, Splatoon 2 also had maps. Oh, right. We can turn off the displays and just see the details. No, Splatoon 2 also had maps. Like a map of all the areas. But Splatoon 1 and 2's, the maps are kind of too big. They're not detailed enough to actually show you. And Splatoon 2's worlds are so, like, vertical. Same thing with Splatoon 1, both of them. Their worlds are so vertically oriented that, like, having a top-down map is almost not helpful. Notably, your buddy... Ooh. Okay, see that little thing in the corner, surveyed. So you can see I've got all of the sunken scrolls, all of the sardinium, all of the records, and all of the cosmetic items, and surveyed. So now I've got everything here. Every once in a while, so your little buddy can still... There are some random items that will spawn every once in a while, and it's usually just like, yeah, they're always just, what's the word? Power eggs. They're always just power eggs. I don't remember where you get the reward. Oh, you have to play. I might have to play a match in order to get all of the rewards from this. I might do that. I don't know if I'll do that on stream then. Okay, time to get started on World 2, Island 2. It's like the factory one. So you can see here, it's well, it's a factory. It's got big stuff going on. But we're going to start by just clearing out some of this. Oh, come on. Did we get it? Ah, come on. There we go. And you can see they're doing, these are 3D printers, so they're kind of got like a whole thing going on here, but that's not really surprising. We got a decoration, it's a big 3D printer, and by big I mean small. Nice. More tokens. Ooh. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. I got another decoration. It's a human eye, specifically human, because I think Inklings have different types of eyes. And we're gonna play... Ah, this is one of the crab tank levels. These ones are also pretty good, but they're not as fun as the, whatchamacallit levels, Zipcaster levels. Because the Zipcaster levels are just, you just go. The crab tank levels are a lot more like, oh yeah, you're kind of in this big moving thing that can shoot anything. Right, like the Zipcaster levels are like, you're moving around a lot, and nobody can really deal with you, but you're moving around a lot, and it's very fun. Crab tank is like, you're moving very slowly, but you're killing everything. Ah, yes. This one's really funny, though, because there's a big... There happens to be a big guy who shoots at you. He doesn't shoot at you. He's just kind of a guy, actually. But as you break his stuff, he moves around, and you basically have the goal of climbing him. Oh, and this is also new stuff. They kind of added sort of movable items. They have like, see, like you run into them and they fly everywhere. It's actually pretty cool. I really like it. Don't know what this does. Oh, it moves that. I guess. Oh, oops. Yes, and then, okay, you have to climb this big guy, basically. The only problem is if you ever fall down, it's really slow to get back up, because you're in a crab tank, and it's supposed to be slow. that's not really helpful if you're trying to just get back to where you were before. So as a result, this level is pretty interesting, but difficult to deal with. Because you have to move around a lot. Like fall down here and then go up. The good thing though is that there's lots of boxes to kill. And once you've killed some of the boxes, and you can like get up here and then shoot these boxes once we get into a good position. Okay, got all of those boxes. There's still more targets, by the way. Oh no! Ah! See, I fell all the way down. The good thing is, the game never prevents you from getting back up. There's no way to soft lock this, so you just have to keep going until you get all of the boxes. Which you will get. Do not worry. Do not be afraid. You will get them all eventually. But the guy moves around. You get all the way to the top. Oh, you don't get all the boxes. Well, you do get all the boxes, but you, in the end, right, like, okay, see, that's what he's doing. So, as you can see, and then you go. That level is pretty fun, but it is infuriating sometimes because of the whole, you know, fall down and then you have to get all the way back up with your crab tank, and you know, it's just not great. Tread heavily, because the crab tank, it's a tank. Log 2. The surviving humans appointed scientists to lead their new society, believing a science would provide a wiser way forward. Wiser than what? I guess the indication... I mean, this game is very, like... You don't have to read too far between the lines to be like, yeah, it's kind of being like global warming will kill us all. But it's also a little bit more interesting than that, I think. I don't think that's the only interpretation that could be made. Oh, there's tons of them. Okay, I was a little bit worried that we were gonna run out of like boxes to do, but it seems I do not have to fear. Oh, this is gonna be a golden record, isn't it? Yep. See, you can tell where the golden records are because they're near the record players, which I think is kind of funny, but like I guess it makes sense. Sardinium. Now we have 2. Will we ever get a 3rd? We will eventually. Oh, we can't actually. The gold ones are always free. That's what it is. And the silver ones always cost money. So you always want to do a gold one unless... But the silver ones don't cost a lot of money, so it's kind of eh. Bamboozler can make more money if you use the bamboozler. Reach the goal using sponges. So the sponges, they kind of, in my opinion, they kind of replaced the sponges with a new, there's a new mechanic, which I don't think we've seen yet, but... No, I think they showed it off. The little, like, they're kind of like Mario boxes where you ground pound on, you know those, where like you ground pound on them and they do something. Yeah, they're kind of like those, except for obviously you hit them with ink. And then they slowly go back to where they were before. And I feel like those accomplish basically the same goal as like the rollers and the sponges combined. The rollers being like the little like, what are they called? I don't remember what their official name is. The little things that you shoot and then they roll out. Because the sponges, for the most part, act as like a... They're all platforming mechanics, right? Like, they all allow you to do more stuff, right? Like, the sponges allow you to get more places, and then the rollers allow you to go... Like, sponges are like an out thing, right? The center of the sponge is the spot which you gotta hit, and then you can make it to all of the areas around the center, where the roller thing is like straight, pretty much. Now, the sponges do also act as walls, but so do the rollers. The roller things, I guess the advantage of them is that they can kill enemies. I'm not thinking of the Rollinium bundles, I'm thinking of like the things that roll out. I don't remember what they're called officially. Woo. But the new block, it's a block. So the new mechanic basically kind of supersedes both of them, I feel, right? Because like it's a bunch of blocks that can go in any which way you want. So you can make it go straight or just out. So it's kind of interesting that they added that, but that they're still using sponges. I mean, it also still provides, like, if you think about it. Oh, the other, no, because the block also has that feature where, like, if the enemy's ink hits it, it goes back the way it was. I'm more just surprised that they're still using the sponges and stuff. I figured, like, I don't really understand why they chose to keep them around if they have a newer mechanic that's more advantageous. Well, not even advantageous, just like you can make it all the same. You think for a game design perspective that would make things easier. But on the other hand, the sponges do provide like different character kind of to the different levels, right? Like if all levels had the same stuff in them, then they might get it kind of boring. Anyway, we can go pretty far up, probably. Soak it to me. I don't know what that's referencing. Maybe like keep it to me? Leave it to me? I don't know. Anyway, logs. Fully empowered, these science took on the monumental task of establishing a sustainable ecosystem within the cavern. I don't know why they needed to... I guess they're talking about, like plants and stuff. I guess they didn't want to only eat fish. But also, like, wouldn't... I think the cavern has access to the outside world. Presumably. Maybe not, though. It's possible... Oh, yeah, these are the blocks. The soaker blocks. That's what they're called. Like, you see what I mean, right? Like, they can be used mechanically the same way as sponges. I guess the difference is sponges won't go down ever unless an enemy shoots them, where these will just go down eventually on their own. But, like, you can see how they're being used in basically the same way, right? Like... Now, they can be filled with other ink, like, so obviously, that's what it's showing off here, that they can be filled with other people's ink, but I don't know if that's a I don't know if that's a meaningful change for, like, mechanically. I basically just can't see a reason why they'd specifically want to use, sponges over the new soaker blocks. Time to go and get... Now, of course, your little buddy will also hit them, but I think he can hit the sponges too? I don't know, he might be able to. And if enemies hit them... I mean, they have to hit the base block. If they just hit the normal one, it doesn't do anything. But if they hit the base block, they can also pull it back. So, I don't know. You can tell that these are very Mario-esque, though, right? Like, this is very much a Mario 3D, not even 3D. In 2D Mario, they have similar things, right? Like, ooh, the sort of like block that you hit and then it goes somewhere, but then you need to keep it up, basically, right? Like, ooh. Okay, we got there. Because, like, honestly, I mean, Splatoon has always kind of taken some amount of inspiration from, like, Mario. In the platforming aspect, at least. The main difference is that, like, Splatoon is still kind of a shooter. Well, not kind of. It is still, like, a shooter game, ultimately. Oh, if I pull this all the way up, then I can get that little extra thing. Kind of. Got it. Okay. And we're almost done. And I think I'll finish the stream after this level. We've had an hour, and also you can leave your small fry on a block to make sure it never goes away. So, there's that. Anyway, you can see up there's a boss fight. Or something. Maybe it's not a boss fight. To be fair, in Octo Expansion, they did kind of, like, pretend there was going to be boss fights, and then didn't give them to you, like, didn't make you do them. So, I don't know. This one's called The Future Stares Back, which is a really cool name, and the boss fight isn't as cool. Anyway, yeah, they dubbed this new society Alterna and began the processing of recreating the Earth they had once known. I guess recreating it in the cave? It's possible that these scientists also tried to fix Earth, like, whatever was wrong with Earth in the first place. Which, by the way, is one of the most interesting facets of this lore. The fact that, like, okay, it's one thing if something happens that kills all of humanity. It's another if then people can't really go back, right? That if these people, after showing up in this cave, couldn't just go back. Like, couldn't return to the surface for some reason. We're gonna break open that box. It's gonna happen. That's how small fry works. It just keeps going. Of course we can help him, which we will do. Finally, okay, we've gotten the third Sardinium, so now we can upgrade one of these paths, and they each cost 3. So, yeah. Small fry, ink saber, splat bombs, sensor, ninja squid, suit recovery. We'll do the middle one. And then we'll do getting splat bombs, because splat bombs are good. And then we'll also get the sensor. Automatically marks nearby enemies, items and enemies when you're submerged. It's pretty good. And then there's an upgrade to it later. Anyway, where does that go? Down here. That goes over here. And this goes... I only have 600. Oh, he went for... Oh, right, there's a box in here. Ticket. Food ticket. Lots of boxes around. There's this thing. Power eggs. And I think we're about to get back to the... Oops. There we go. That's also 400. Where is he going? Oh, there's apparently a thing, like, right here. There it is. Ooh, I do have 400. Okay, so I can actually clean out this area. There is a level. Yeah, there's lots of levels around. I haven't gotten all of them yet. Right now, I've only unlocked like 5 out of all of the. There's like 10 levels in this area. Okay, I think I might call it for today then. Hold on, let's see. The thing with these worlds is they're a lot more interesting than the Splatoon 2 worlds. Like, Splatoon 2 worlds have some stuff going on, but these ones, like, a large portion of the game is in this section of, like, is in these world areas. Which I think is really, like, I'm glad they did that. It's really good. Of course, it helps that they added sort of a mechanic to block you off from sections. Which makes it so that you don't just do everything automatically. Like in Splatoon 1, or Splatoon, yeah, 1 and 2, where you can kind of... But you can still sort of get around, right? Like, I can still do most of the levels, probably. Because I can get to most of them. I mean, there's some that I don't think I can get to at this point, but the only way to find out is to go around and find out, so it's kind of interesting. Okay, we can... This unlocks this little cool area, which goes all the way over to here. See if we can get up. Nope. We can see, like, this. The levels are all really, like, fun to just, the world levels are just fun to mess around in. You don't even need to, like, worry yourself about the actual in-game levels when, you know, you can get 200 from this and just go for it. Decoration. Ooh, that one's 200. Ooh, you found something. 300. Oh, we can actually get rid of this one. We'll get rid of this one. That unlocks this little extra thing, which goes back to the beginning. Do switching things up? Which one is that? Ooh, this is the switch one. Jump to that one. Ah, that's the one right in the middle. Hit the splat switches to reach the goal. This one is... Well, I really like the weapon. The Splattershot Pro is pretty good. It's also, like... Oh, I don't have enough eggs. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I just need to find, like, 2 boxes or something to get the 30 eggs required to do this level. Which happens every once in a while. Which I think is why they kind of made the whole, like... Did you find something? Oh, no, never mind. Let's see. I only need a small amount of eggs. I just need one of those, like, little extra ones that shows up occasionally. That gives you, like, 25. Here, I'll go all the way up to the top and we'll look around and see if there's any areas which I've missed that I can potentially get stuff from. Ooh, there's an area over there. Ah, there's a box here. Is that enough? That's only 6. But we can go up here. That doesn't really help us. More eggs. I might do a gold one before... I might have to do a gold one before I do that last one. Ooh, no. If I can hit... Where's that balloon? That one. If I can hit the balloon gives you lots of eggs because it's kind of hard to hit and it moves around a lot. So if we go up here and then we... Okay, we got it. There we go. Yeah, see, the balloon gives you 100. Okay, now we'll go do that one level to end off the stream. Ooh, is this the one? There's one that is really... Oh, no, that's not this one. There's... Oh, maybe it is this one. There's one that if you do it right, you can speed run the level really interestingly. It might be this one, actually. The point of this one's pretty fun. You have to hit all the blocks, and the blocks go to the end of the level, where they make the path for you to get to the end. So, it's kind of interesting. But you have to keep an eye out for these types of boxes, blocks, because if you see one, this level is a bit of a maze. And if you see a block, you know that there's going to be a switch on it somewhere. You just have to find out where it is, which side of the block. Like, see this one. But I already shot that one. So. But like you can see, there's two here. So like there's one that's right there, but the other one, which a lot of people miss, is I think a lot of people miss. There's one that a lot of people miss because it's kind of I think you have to backtrack a little bit in order to get it. It's kind of in a non obvious area. Ah, this one, yeah. So you can see this block right here. We didn't hit because it's right there. So you kind of have to backtrack to get that last one. I missed it the first time around. Oh, you can see anyway that the whole thing is not finished quite yet. But there's one more around here. I think it's up there, yeah. So now you have to go back. And you can hit this, which is also a new item, I think. They added these, like, ink roller things. Squid Surge. Woo-hoo. Is there? Nope, there's nothing on that side. Anyway, that's a pretty good level. I think it might be another level I'm thinking of. There's a speedrun level that's like this. There's a speedrun of it where you can click, you hit the box, and then you can jump on it immediately, and it takes you all the way to the end. And then you just finish the level immediately. Where you're supposed to hit like a bunch of different boxes, and you just avoid it by jumping on the first one. Not even scientists are immune to nostalgia. The humans began constructing large 3D printing operations. Okay, so now if we go back to the first level, all the Moai heads are 3D printed, obviously, because we've seen that they're being 3D printed in the 3D printers. But they're being 3D printed just because the people who live there like them. They were just like, yeah, you know what? We need decorations. You know what's a really good decoration? The Moai head. It's really great. We really like it. We're gonna make a bunch. And then they did. Oh yes. Okay. Here's the. So you get a sticker, and it gives you a map. Basically, they make kind of a hand-drawn map of all the different areas. It's really cute. But in order to get it, you have to clear out all of the parts unknown tags. So, and get the surveyed thing there. So it's a bit tedious, but it is worth it because the maps are really funny and pretty interesting. I wish they would release a higher res version than the relatively low res stickers that we get for it. But anyway, that's going to do it for this stream. I will continue on next stream. We've gotten most of these levels unlocked already, so now it's just playing through some of them and finishing the whole area. So that'll be it. And I'll see you next Monday, next